Hello, welcome to another edition of Make It Wednesdays. I'm Jacqueline, and we're going to be making something pretty cool today. We're going to be making wiggly jellyfish. I love jellyfish. They're really cool to watch at the zoo, and it's cool how they move. So I thought I would make some jellyfish with you today. If you have one of the kits that we supplied from the library, great. You've got pretty much everything you need, except for a few other things. If you didn't get a kit from us, here's what you will need. A bowl, not a styrofoam one. You're going to want one of these paper ones because the styrofoam will probably crack. You need a piece of yarn. Doesn't really matter what color. And for length, maybe about 18 inches long. Not too particular, whatever you have really. 2 googly eyes. I have 2 of the bigger ones. You can use smaller ones too, or if you don't have googly eyes, you can just draw your own eyes on the jellyfish. That's fine. You'll need 4 pieces of bubble wrap. Again, maybe they're about 18 inches long. If you want them longer, so that like you can hang your jellyfish on the ceiling and it falls all the way down, then you're going to want longer pieces. So 4 of these, and then 8 pieces of ribbon. Again, about that same size as the whatever bubble wrap you pick. Doesn't matter on the color, whatever color ribbon you like the best. Then you will need, for those of you that already had the supplies and those that didn't, extra things you'll need are a hole punch and some crayons or markers. I find the markers work well for this project especially. And you'll need a good scissors. And some Scotch tape or packaging tape will work best for your tape. All right, so the first step is to color your bowl any way you like. Keep in mind that you're going to be cutting out circles around the edge, and then you're also going to have eyes at one spot around here. And then you're also going to be putting a hole in the top. So keep that in mind when you're coloring here. So let's see. When I think of jellyfish, I think of waves. I'm going to make some wavy lines. Okay. And then, let's see. I don't know. Or if you don't really want to color them, you could also just do stickers. Or if you're really ambitious, you could use glue and glitter, but I don't know. You're going to have to talk to your parents about that one. Glitter's kind of dangerous. Just kidding. All right, I think I'm going to do lines around here. Coloring the paper bowls can be a little tricky sometimes if they have all these little ridges and wrinkles in the bowl. That's okay. Makes them look even more wavy, I guess. Okay. I think that's good for me. You can pause the video and take as much time as you need to finish up your jellyfish coloring. All right. Next step is to take your hole punch and move the camera up just a little bit. You're going to make 8 holes evenly spaced all the way around your bowl. I'll show you an easy way to get them evenly spaced here. So you're going to make one hole. Make sure you get it far enough away from the edge that you won't rip when you put in the ribbon later. So if you've got one hole, you're going to go directly across from that hole. Sometimes it's tricky to get the hole punch on the bowl itself because it's kind of at an angle. All right, so now you've got 2 holes on opposite ends. Now you're going to make holes halfway between each of those holes. So now you have 4 holes altogether. Now you do a hole in between each of those holes. Halfway, of course. So that makes it really easy to get them evenly spaced. Otherwise, if you just kind of go around the circle, you might end up with more than 8 holes, but that's okay. If you want more than 8, that's fine. All right, so I've got 8 holes on here. Next, what I do is I usually take a pencil and make a line right in the middle of the top of your jellyfish. That's where you're going to be using a scissors to cut. You might need an adult's help with this so you don't poke your hand on the other side. But take your scissors like this and try to cut right through that bowl. I have to scrape it just a little bit. There we go. Push the scissors through. Not too far though. Okay. All right. Then you're going to take your piece of string here and thread it through that hole you just made. You can use a pencil to get it through if it's a little tough. All right. And then I use some tape. Tape it on the inside there. You could also just tie a bunch of knots to get it to stay, but this is the super quick way to do it. So it should be able to hang like this. And my hole that I made actually got a little bit off to the side, so my jellyfish doesn't hang perfectly symmetrical, I guess you'd say. So that's one important thing, is try to get it right in the middle. Otherwise, you're going to kind of be having a sideways jellyfish. That's all right though. So on the other end of your string, you're going to make a loop. I like to kind of tie it around my fingers, just like the first step of tying your shoes, but you do that 2 or 3 times. This is just so you're able to hang it from somewhere. If you don't plan on hanging it from something that would need a loop, then you don't really need to do this part. Okay, so it should look like that. And you should be able to hold it up by that string. Okay, so the next step we're going to do here is flip your bowl upside down and grab some of your bubble wrap. And we're going to lay it inside so that it kind of looks like that. And you can tape it down, preferably with packing tape if you have it, because that seems to work best. But I don't have any with me right now, so we're just going to use regular Scotch tape. Make sure you get enough so that it goes all the way across. Okay. And then it doesn't really matter where you're taping them in. I just kind of evenly space them apart. Oops. And one more. It's a great use for all that bubble wrap that you're going to be getting in packages. Be easier too if you do the tape first and then stick it on there. Okay. So now when you flip it over, you should be able to hang down from your jellyfish. All right. Next, we're going to take our ribbon pieces and come up from the bottom into one of the holes and do 2 knots, just like you're doing the first part of tying your shoes again. Oh, goodness. Ribbon is a little hard to tie sometimes. Okay. Once I tie them on, we do cut this part off later, and if you want to cut them off as you go, that's fine. Or just wait until you get all the ribbon on and cut them all off at one time. That's probably a little faster. Ah, no. Tricky ribbon today. Okay. All right, 3 down, 5 to go. It'd be really pretty if you could do different colors of ribbon too. Some jellyfish have that kind of iridescent look. So if you could get like a shiny silver or a shiny gold, that'd be really pretty. Okay. It's a good thing to do while you're just chilling, listening to some music. It's kind of relaxing. Except for when it's not cooperating, then it's not so relaxing. Two more. And one more. Okay, so next step will be to cut off all these little extra bits of ribbon where you tied the really short pieces. Just cut them off one at a time. Or if you want to leave them, that's okay too. All right, so you can either leave it this way, or what you could do, I'll put up the screen, is to actually make these ribbons a little bit curlier. I don't know if you've ever curled ribbon before, but it's kind of fun to do. So I'll show you an example of how to do one. You can decide if you want to do this or not. So you're going to open your scissors. Oh, and if you want a parent to help you with this, probably a good idea. But if you have the little scissors, you might want to try those. Then you're going to kind of hold it like this, I guess. It's a good way to describe it. And have your thumb up against one of the blades. And then you take one of your pieces of ribbon and put that ribbon between your thumb and the blade. And you're going to press down just a little bit. So now you have it like this. Hold your jellyfish with one hand and keep pressing down and pull away with the scissors. It'll make a noise. You can see how it makes it super duper curly. So if you want to curl them, you might actually want to start out with a bit longer ribbon so they don't get too short. But if it gets too curly, you can always just kind of give it a stretch out, then it won't be quite that bad. But if you choose to curl it, great. If not, great too. All right, last step is to put your jellyfish eyes on. The ones I have are actually self-adhesive ones, so they're like stickers. But if you don't have those, you can just get some Elmer's glue. I don't think glue stick would work the best. You'll probably want some kind of liquid glue to get these on. And stick them anywhere on the side of your jellyfish that you'd like. And then it looks like that. And you are all done with your jellyfish. Then comes the fun part of figuring out where you want to hang him, my crooked jellyfish. But you can always fix that too. So I hope you find a great place to hang your jellyfish. I hope you had a great time making your jellyfish today. And we hope to see you again, maybe for some more crafts in the new year. We'll see you later.